Hi everybody, good evening and good morning to those who are still in Europe. I'm Stephen Heath and I've been one of the original founders of the Lighthouse Club in Kuala Lumpur way back in 1994, would you believe?
Hi Steve, and my name is Suyim Tan. I too am a long-standing member of the Lighthouse Club Kuala Lumpur and well over 20 years, and I think I may have been part of that inaugural get-together, Steve.
Yeah, I think so. So we would both like to welcome everybody to Kuala Lumpur today, which represents a landmark development in the history of our Lighthouse Club in Malaysia.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody, welcome to the first Global Lighthouse Club International virtual event. We'd like to introduce you in this event to the legacy of the Lighthouse Club, but more importantly, to the launch of the Tunku Abdul Rahman College and the Lighthouse Club Student Loan Fund Initiative.
I think it's going to be quite an event today. Not too sure how many countries are participating. How many do you think?
Quite a lot, Steve. I haven't got numbers on me, but we've got everybody from East Asia, Australia, the UK. So it's a good collection.
So it's not bad considering when we started. There was only Hong Kong running at that time. Bangkok had just been kicked off, and then Kuala Lumpur right at the outset.
Yes. The amazing days of Kuala Lumpur, the construction boom in the mid to late 90s, I think, and we had loads of people and large crowds at all our monthly gatherings.
So that's right, large crowds there were.
Yeah.
We had all the people building KLI Airport, all the people doing KLCC, LRT, Commonwealth Games Stadium, dozens of hotels. There were literally hundreds of people here in those days.
They were. Do you remember those days?
Barely.
I was going to say.
Construction industry was absolutely booming then. Everybody was busy. So every month the Lighthouse Club event was something to really look forward to. And it's there we met interesting people, new people. We made friends, not just for the night, not just for a year or two, but for life.
Yes.
And these friends have turned out to be our work colleagues, and they've been really lasting friendships. For me, Lighthouse Club has been very much part of my life, and with respect to my own career development, has actually been a major player. What about you, Sweet?
Oh, I echo those thoughts. We made many friends along the way, and you say very lasting friendships. But I have to say, Steve, we've come a hell of a long way. I'm now not the only female in the room, at least not the one serving beer. I'm not just part of a handful of Asian faces. The diversity that we see in the Lighthouse Club in Kuala Lumpur as well as in other places has actually just developed so well. And youth has been a lot of this as well, women. But at the end of the day, all these changes and all these developments, the core values of Lighthouse Club is still very much intact. And so today, it is part of this core value of the Lighthouse Club with its charitable aims that we are in celebration of Lighthouse Club KL's legacy, the TAR College Lighthouse Club Student Loan Fund, and the official launch of the fund. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this very historic day.
Thank you.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yes, indeed, we have come a very long way since 27 years ago now.
Wow.
When Nigel Pearson and John Arkinstall and myself set up the club, we've been assisted by Bill Addington and by Mike McIver, and now here we are today.
What an amazing start that was, Steve, but in the intervening times, we've had some pretty a lot of ups and downs. But with the foundation of the Lighthouse Club that's been set up already, we need to be moving forward. We've got younger people involved now. We've got the likes of Puiman, Cindy, Honkit, and Paul Mullins leading the charge into the future. So, on that note, Puiman, welcome. Chairperson of the organizing committee for this launch event.
Thank you, Sui. Thank you, Stephen. Sui, you know that you have dragged me into Lighthouse Club.
Indeed, I did. So how has it been since I dragged you in?
For the background fact, I was being dragged into this club 2 years ago by my mentor, none other, Sui Im Tan. And during that time, I have got no idea what Lighthouse Club Kuala Lumpur is about. I have no idea what...
Baptism of fire.
And since then, I have experienced the networking spirit of the club. I've met so many people. I've met people from all over the world, even in Dubai, Hong Kong, UK. And I'm given an opportunity to organize this international launch. I could have never thought about this. Thank you so much for bringing me in. Thank you.
So bearing in mind we're a construction industry charity, where are we nowadays with the Lighthouse Club in Kuala Lumpur? What have you been up to?
I think since I'm being dragged in, I tried to modernize the Lighthouse Club Kuala Lumpur a little bit. And as usual, the important factors of Lighthouse Club is the networking aspect. We are bringing in more people, trying to get through more corporate sponsors as well. And every year, we focus on our aim on the charitable aspect, where we sponsor 7 students every year. And pandemic has hit the construction industry very hard.
Yes.
And during the movement control order, which is a lockdown version in Malaysia, we have helped feed over 200 individuals and families that's struggling in the construction industry.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, that's what we have been doing.
Well done.
And the committee is so amazing. With the committee members' help, today we are here to celebrate the launch of the Lighthouse Club Student Loan Fund. This loan fund is going to help more than 100 students of the future generations.
That's absolutely fantastic. Something we've talked about for a long time and it's finally here.
Yes. And I am really glad that I am able to be part of this. And Swim, you know that this is not just about us, even though I am being framed as the future of Lighthouse Club, but we have many past personas that we need to thank.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree. We've come a long way, and without them, it's not possible.
Yes. So I would like to take this opportunity on behalf of Lighthouse Club Kuala Lumpur to thank the Lighthouse Club International, the James Battersea Lighthouse Club Educational Trust, the Lighthouse Club Asia Pacific Region Benevolent Trust, the Lighthouse Club past committee members, Bert de Monk, TAR University College, the law firm Asman Davisons for doing this on a pro bono basis, and all Lighthouse Club individuals and corporate members. And today, I am very happy that we are entering into a new era by having our very first virtual event. And
This is pretty amazing, Prima, I got to say. We've never had anything like this before.
Yes, and for making today successful, we have a group of people behind this entire event, this entire virtual stage. The first person and the first organization that I would love to thank is L2 Icon. They are doing this for free on a pro bono basis. They are our social media and technology partner. Cindy Wong, our current secretary, she makes sure everything is in order. And Mr. Leong Hong Kit for providing his office support. And of course, the two of you for doing this
That's
out
us.
of your busy schedule.
Our pleasure. Our pleasure.
And of course, not to forget, Lighthouse Club branches all over the world. And I think we would want to continue to do more charity events, so we would definitely need more members and corporate supports.
So if people were wanting to join up, it's always been a little bit of a difficult thing in the past. What would you suggest that they do?
Yeah, Lighthouse Club KL is entering into the future. Right now, it's all about technology. If you would like to join us, just scan the QR code at the end of the event.
Excellent.
Okay.
QR code. There you
Yes.
go.
All right. Without further ado, let's just take a walk down to the memory lane and see some images of what Lighthouse Club Kuala Lumpur is about.
Okay,
Fantastic.
that'd be good.
Thanks, Biman.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the Lighthouse Club Kuala Lumpur is not just about monthly drinks. It's hosted many events, and the friendship and camaraderie has been founded on events such as those that you have seen. It's social as well as socially minded. The Health and Safety Awards were a significant milestone for us, and the +3 Claret Jug golf tournament is an absolute favourite.
And along with all that happening, we sure had a lot of fun in KL
We
in those
sure
early days. Best part, or one of the best parts of being a member, is that it really is a door opener. It's a door opener while you're in Kuala Lumpur, but should you get transferred to another country, there you can easily meet like-minded people and settle in very, very quickly with your new friends.
And talking about new friends, friends of mine who have been friends for 25 years, having met them at some Lighthouse Club event, I would like to introduce you to two gentlemen, and they are from Lighthouse Club International.
So John and Glenn will now tell us about the origins of the Lighthouse Club, which is a truly great story to begin with. So over to you, John and Glenn.
The Lighthouse Club was originally formed in the northeast of England in 1956. It followed a Ministry of Public Buildings and Works exhibition where a group of exhibitors who were getting on very well with one another during that exhibition decided that they wanted to continue their friendship and decided to form a club. They were staying in a hotel which overlooked the St. Mary's Lighthouse and decided to call the club the Lighthouse Club. 30 years later in Hong Kong, the Lighthouse Club was formed, and it was formed on the basis of the same objectives as the club in England, which was to promote fellowship among its members, all of whom were in the construction industry, and to help the victims of accidents and illness within the construction industry and their families. Over the next few years and into the 1990s, the branch grew and assisted many cases. And in 1990, we had our first lady member of any Lighthouse Club branch join us. Glenn.
Thank you, John. And then the club started to flourish and to expand into the Asia Pacific region. We set up branches in Bangkok, KL, Manila, and Singapore. And in 1997, we set up the first of our regional trusts, the James Battersby Educational Trust. Then 10 years into the new century, we set up further branches in Macau, Ho Chi Minh, and Phnom Penh. And in 2009, we also set up another new regional trust, the Asia Pacific Region Benevolent Trust. We then constituted Australian branch with branches in Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, and Perth. In 2016, the last of our branches was set up in Yangon, and we celebrated the 60th anniversary of the club in the UK, the 30th anniversary in Hong Kong, and an excellent commemorative book has been published, which is available for people to read. It's the Lighthouse Club story. In 2017, it was decided that we would set up Lighthouse Club International, which would replace the umbrella regional organisation, the Asia Pacific region. And in conjunction with that, we set up a new benevolent fund, the Lighthouse Club International Benevolent Fund. That was in 2019.
And our focus now is very much on recruiting more international corporate members so that we can establish Lighthouse Club branches right around the world.
Many thanks, John and Glenn. That was really great, especially for sharing the fascinating journey from the north of England to Hong Kong to Asia Pacific and now literally all over the world. So what have we got coming up next, Sweet?
Well, Steve, we're going to go and have a look at the huge impact in the lives of families that Lighthouse Club has had, lending a helping hand when most needed, supporting many a child's education. But you know, Steve, this more serious side of the Lighthouse Club is just simply not possible and couldn't have been achieved without their two trusts. And here is Cordia Yu to tell us about these trusts. Cordia, over to you.
Thank you for having me here for this special event. I'm the trustee of the Lighthouse Club James Battersby Educational Trust and the Lighthouse Club Asia Pacific Region Benevolent Trust. I'd like to tell you a bit more about these two trusts. The Lighthouse Club James Battersby Educational Trust is to assist with the training in the construction industry of young people in Asia Pacific region who are suffering from hardship as a result of death or injury or illness of parent or guardian. The trust also assists with the educational of children in the Asia Pacific region who are suffering hardship as a result of death or injury or illness of a parent or guardian employed in the construction industry. The Educational Trust has helped many students in the region. The trust look after some of the students from their kindergarten to they finished high school. The trustees and the branch representatives have literally seen these kids grow. The Lighthouse Club Asia Pacific Region Educational Trust has a wider coverage than the Educational Trust, and it has helped many individuals and families since it was established in 2009. The trust is for relieving poverty and provide financial assistance to the people in the construction industry who are suffering hardship as a result of accident, disability, or ill health. This fund has helped the funding of 3 construction site schools in Bangkok and individuals who could not otherwise afford the expenses of their medical treatments, which helped them to recover or extend their time with families. Finally, I would like to bring your attention to the Q1 2021 issue of the Lighthouse, the magazine of the Lighthouse Club. In this issue, there's a feature of a girl whose name is Charabella. Or Bella. We have helped Bella to fight his battle of cancer. She was diagnosed with cancer at the age of 2, and the Lighthouse Club Educational Trust has helped her with her special educational need. And when Bella was 9, the cancer has returned, and the Lighthouse Club Asia Pacific Regional Benevolent Trust has provided support for Bella's medical treatment. Unfortunately, little Bella passed away earlier this year at the age of 11. Although it was said that Bella is gone, her story has touched the hearts of the Lighthouse Club's members.
Wow, thank you, Cordia. That was incredibly moving. But this is really a testimony to the power of what the Lighthouse Club and the two trusts are doing in bringing goodness into the lives of many and enabling children to progress with education despite very, very tragic events.
Yeah, it's humbling to hear what Cordy's just told us all about.
Yeah.
Really seeks to make us feel very privileged for our rich lives, and it makes you think what else we could possibly do. But after everything the Lighthouse Club started in the UK, all those years ago, since well back 1956, let's talk to the UK and see where they're at now. So over to Bill Hill. Talk to us, Bill.
Hi everyone, it's an absolute privilege and a pleasure to be with you today. Well, one of the reasons why we are so successful in the UK is because probably we've been here a longer time than everybody else. We've been around since 1956 when it all started. And since then, you know, we've grown the services that we offer to the construction workforces and their families. But the key thing, I think, to the success is staying relevant to the industry and become part of the industry deliverables to the workforce. And that's where we've been highly successful. We deliver three key components to the services that we offer to the workforce in the UK. First of all, we deliver a 24/7 helpline that gives emotional support, physical support, and financial support to any worker in crisis in the UK or Ireland. We also then further developed an app that anybody can download. It's all free, and they can download that app, and that app also complements the helpline with emotional, physical, and financial well-being support, and it offers pathways to get extra support from other organizations as well, not just our organization, but other organizations. And it also gives some coping strategies for some of those people to access to help them through their time of need. And the third thing, during COVID last year, we launched a whole series of proactive support. These are well-being trainings that are freely accessible, giving topics like managing stress, building resilience, work-life balance, coping with change, and other topics as well, which have really helped proactively help the well-being. So my big message to everybody within the Lighthouse community is, as long as you stay relevant, then you will get company supporters, and you'll be able to be successful from now and into the future.
Thank you, Bill. That was very interesting to see what extent the Lighthouse Club and Benevolent Fund has developed from where it all started all those years ago in Newcastle, and to today to be the construction industry charity in the UK.
Yeah, in fact, it's really clear now that in the UK, the club involves all sectors of the construction industry, particularly the construction contractors, but subcontractors, suppliers and consultants. Everybody, including importantly the workforce.
Wow.
And managerial people. So many events and addressing so many issues. It's remarkable what they've done in recent times. It may have started in the UK, but now everything has grown to other locations. Personally, I've been involved in KL Startup, as I said earlier, but recently, Qatar, I went over there, we had nothing going on, but we had a lot of people doing very little, and we got a great club started. That's the beauty of the Lighthouse Club, and you can create immediately a network the moment you land in a new place. So let's hear from all the various branches.
Hi, I'm Colin Johnston. I'm past chairman of Lighthouse Club in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Lighthouse Club in Vietnam is all about networking, and it's all about giving back to the community. So anything you can do, joining the membership would be fantastic, and we like to be able to support education of the kids in Vietnam. It's all about support.
Good afternoon, my name is Keith Buckley. I'm the chairman of the Lighthouse Club in Macau. I've been the chairman since 2012. In fact, been involved in the Lighthouse Club since its inception 15 years ago. In Macau, we have a very active club. We have about 180 members, We hold a monthly function, annual dinner and golf day, and our monies go into the Benevolent Fund.
Hi, I represent the Lighthouse Club of Hong Kong. We've been going since 1986. We have around 500 members, comprising major corporations and individuals. And we've raised over $1.5 million for the charitable trusts over the past year, helping people and families in distress across the construction industry. We have an active young members group and women in construction group, and we typically hold over 20 activities in the year, comprising social, fundraising and training activities.
Hello, I'm Paul Roberts. I'm the Australian branch president. I've been representing the Australian branch since 2011. We've currently got 4 active chapters: Brisbane, Melbourne, Perth and Sydney. We've been delighted to support a number of charitable organisations in the construction industry: Mates in Construction, Clontarf College, TAFE Queensland, the Happy Hub Campot in Cambodia and Traction here in Queensland, all geared around youth training and development.
Hi there, I'm Jim Chessel, the President of Lighthouse Club Singapore. We started the club here in 2000 and our main objectives are to promote fellowship, networking, education, fundraising and benevolence within the construction industry. However, during the COVID times, we've been focusing mainly on helping migrant workers and mentoring local university students.
Hello, I'm Phil Thoburn from the Lighthouse Club in Manila. Here we focus on education. We help children from kindergarten all the way through to tertiary education degree level, including vocational education. We've also in the past helped in medical cases. In one case, a young lady had total renal failure and we helped her to replace a kidney. And another case, we had unfortunately a cancer patient and she passed away recently, but through the club helped to have 11 years of good life she otherwise may not have had.
Hi, I'm John Anderson. So I'm representing the Lighthouse Club in Yangon, Myanmar. So in Yangon, we have around about 30 official members, but we've had Lighthouse Club networking events each month where we've had up to about 150 persons attending. Monies that we've raised has gone to a local vocational training institute where we sponsor several students.
Hi, I'm Daniel Doolan from the Lighthouse Club Bangkok. Lighthouse Club Bangkok was founded in 1991. Our main events during the year are our lighthouse networking, our golf and our late lunches. Our main focus at Lighthouse Club Bangkok is to set up schools on construction sites where we can provide learning for the migrant workers which normally wouldn't have any education in the country.
That was quite a canter through those countries. But you know what? The message is similar. Networking and building camaraderie and doing good for the community. It's a simple message, but I think it's very successful.
Yeah, it's amazing actually how resourceful each Lighthouse Club can be in order to try and help their local communities. Some small schemes, some big, but all with a similar impact. I can remember way back in 2007 in Vietnam it was.
Yeah.
There was a big bridge over the Mekong under construction. And unfortunately, there was a collapse, killing well over 50 people and injuring well over 100 as well. There, the Lighthouse Club were instrumental in providing assistance to all the families of all the affected breadwinners, but they did it quickly, which is when it counted, before all the authorities managed to finish their inquiries.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. And yeah, I also recall one of the projects was during the construction of the airport, the new airport in Bangkok. And I recall being told that they actually set up a school on site for the children of the workers who are on site. And I think that's pretty amazing because that was quite remote in those days.
Which brings us to the success of the Lighthouse Club in Kuala Lumpur, where we have now established a student loan fund. It's a Lighthouse Club Kuala Lumpur charity initiative, which has been championed by our good friend Bert for many, many years and is now a reality. So Bert, tell us about your journey with respect to this fund.
Okay, thank you for this question. My Lighthouse Club journey started in 2012 when I moved to Malaysia and tried to find a new opportunity in work. And after I came in Malaysia, I was introduced to Lighthouse Club Kuala Lumpur by Paul McCalman. And coincidentally, I also found my job throughout the Lighthouse Club, and I started to work with Plus 3. And it made me clear that the Lighthouse Club, who was heavily supported by Plus 3, that like 99+% of any funds we receive is actually going to the charity. So I followed in Mike MacGyver's and John Arkansas's footsteps. I became a secretary after the secretary role was opened up because Hugh Murray had to leave to the US. And we started to talk about perpetual education fund. So having that discussed, etc., it's basically simmered to the next few years, and I tried to reach out to several universities. I came in contact with David Rubery, who also tried to help find universities who could approach for such a perpetual education fund. However, without any luck. So only maybe after, and it continues to go like this, and maybe after 5 years or something, trying to find those universities who maybe were interested in us, we were introduced to TARC again. And so TARC was very open to have us for a meeting and talk about the options. And one of these options and requirements they proposed to us is that they could set up a student loan fund. They have 40 years of experience with it, but the minimum requirement is a student loan of 500,000 ringgit. And this was a bit of a challenge for us because we didn't have 5,000 ringgit in our bank accounts. So this raises two questions for us. Okay, can we find sufficient financial support to set up a loan fund of 500,000 ringgit? And what needs to be done to set up such a student loan fund? So I realized that we needed to have some legal support, and I approached Bill Davidson of Asman & Davidson to help us. Secondly, for financial support, I reached out to Lighthouse Club International and subsequently to the James Battersby Education Trust and the Asia Pacific Region Benevolent Trust. And they were very supportive and immediately also provided confirmation that they wanted to support us. So with those ingredients, we were ready to work with TARC and set up this student loan fund. Eventually, with all the discussions we had, it took us almost 2 years to establish this fund. And it might seem like a very long process, but the importance of this perpetual fund, which has now been set up and will continue for the next 10, 20, 30, 40 years, whatever we want to, then it's just an important fund for us to, and an achievement to realize. And it doesn't also mean that it stops here. And besides our other charitable assistance we provide, we can increase the fund if you want to. We can help more underprivileged young Malaysians to pursue a study with TARC, either construction industry or for within some exceptions, another study. So I think it remains important that, okay, it shows that don't give up after a few years if something doesn't happen. Continue to work on it. There will be options and opportunities to finalize such an, in this case, objective as a student loan fund. And it also makes it very important that it's very important for us to raise funds to make this all happen. But it's even more important that we also have the people in the Lighthouse Club who are willing to spend time on it and to set up a next fund or next initiative, which takes a bit more time to realize. So I really want to invite everybody to support us in that way. Almost everything we raise, 99+%, is going to those charitable assistance that we realize and we support. And it doesn't come by itself. It takes a lot of time to achieve, and we do need you to support us.
Congratulations, Bert, for taking this across the line. I remember too well how much we talked about establishing this fund in Lighthouse Club KL, but clearly we didn't do enough until you really put your whole heart into this. Having said that, however, it still could not have been achieved without the help of lawyers. So we'd like to now welcome Dr. Bill Davidson of the law firm of Asman Davidson. They're normally known as a construction law firm, but in this case, what they did was that they provided all the legal services free of charge to make this student loan fund happen. Bill, over to you.
Thank you. let me explain. During Bert de Monk's time in office at the Lighthouse Club, I was instructed to provide legal assistance to assist with implementing the charitable objectives of the Lighthouse Club of KL. These are enshrined in the Constitution of the Lighthouse Club KL, and they are, and I quote, providing a fund to support the education and training of young people to enter and progress in the construction industry, this is an educational objective. And secondly, providing charitable assistance to persons within the construction industry who suffer hardship and distress. With the contributions received from 2 Hong Kong-based construction-related charitable trusts, that is the James Battersby Lighthouse Club Educational Trust and the Lighthouse Club of Asia Pacific Region Benevolent Trust, in addition to the Lighthouse Club of Kuala Lumpur itself, a fund of 500,000 has been set up with TAR University College, Tunku Abdul Rahman University College, to be given to underprivileged students to pursue construction-related courses, or students who are from poverty background of a parent or guardian, or who was previously employed in the construction industry, to pursue non-construction related courses. Our firm has been approached to provide this legal assistance on a pro bono basis, and we are happy to do so. However, what we thought was a simple exercise ended up by being quite challenging. While the objectives of the 3 funds are broadly similar, it's been agreed that the fund cannot be simply administered as one fund because the objectives of the 3 are differing in detail, and hence it's necessary that the loans need to be separately identified to avoid any ultra vires issues arising. The administration of these funds will substantially be handled by the staff of TAR UC, but the staff of the individual 3 funds need also to be aware of this. We are pleased to have been able to contribute to this excellent community project and to bring to fruition something that's been talked about for so long. Our firm has always believed in playing a positive role in community, and we look forward to a long and successful partnership on the above basis. Thank you.
So thanks, Bill, and thank you, Asman Davidson, for your contribution of expertise to get this all over the line on a pro bono basis. So let's hear from some of the students who are going to be the beneficiaries of this student loan fund.
Hello, my name is Lim Yu Wang and I'm from Bachelor Degree in Quantity Surveying Year 3 Semester 3. I would like to take this opportunity to TARC-Lighthouse Club for assist me by giving the help to reduce my parents' burden by support me in student loan because my father is unemployed. It also helped me to for more focus on my study because I'm studying in QS, so I would like to be a surveyor to contribute back to the construction by assist in construction industry, especially the latest and newest construction technology in my country after I graduate.
Hi, my name is Chua Si Guan from Bachelor Degree in Quantity Surveying. This student loan fund will assisting me able to focus on my study and no need to do part-time job to cover my family expenses. My ambition is, after graduate, I will register for a professional QS and establish a company after 10 years. When I success, I will come back to TARC to help the students who have the financial difficulties.
My name is Yuka Seng and I'm studying Quantity Survey for Year 1 Semester 1 in TARC. I'm so grateful that the TARC-Lighthouse Club Student Loan Fund with zero interest helped me to overcome my financial problem so that I can concentrate my study without add on my parents' burden. This is because I come from a low-income family and this is hard for my parents to support my study for 4 years program. I would like to work as a quantity surveyor after my program end up and become a professional quantity surveyor to contribute to society. Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, to the star of the show, the TARC-Lighthouse Club Student Loan Fund. With us are Dato Sri Liao Tong Lai, Chairman of TAR University College, and Bert Dimang, President of Lighthouse Club Kuala Lumpur, when this fund was put into place. Welcome to the show, Dato and Bert.
So, Dato, pray tell us, how will the students benefit from the student loan program?
This student loan fund have a lot of good features. It is an interest-free revolving loan fund. This loan fund will only start collecting back after you graduated, 6 months after graduation, and we loan to the needy and the deserving students, especially poor family background. So we hope that by giving this loan, they'll be able to complete their studies. And for this Lighthouse Club KL, I was told that you all focus on construction courses like quantity surveying, architectures, chemical and electrical engineering courses, and also giving to those poor students whose parents were from the construction background.
Wow, okay. But tell us, why do you think that this TAR College Student Loan Fund is so important for the Lighthouse Club of Kuala Lumpur?
Okay, so since we were founded, we've been doing small bits and pieces of charity, and since maybe 10 years or something, we worked together with master builders on the bursary scheme, and we started to help to provide support for one student throughout the duration of the study, 3 or 4 years. Later on, we started to help some students concurrent, and at the moment we are helping a total of 7 students with those bursary programs, and we hope we can continue that. But we were, of course, with all our events, we were raising funds for our Lighthouse Club, and I think the discussion started a little bit when I joined as a secretary, and we were always thinking, can we do something in addition, which is maybe a bit more perpetual, where we can do something bigger, and that's going to be there, and it's going to run its course. And so that's about 7 years ago. I started to think about this at the time with the committee members. Committee members come and go. I stayed on for this period, and what happened eventually is, like, I visited a lot of universities and tried to find out, can we work together and can we set up something in addition to what we already have? And it took like 5 years to be introduced to TAR-UC. I do believe that the Lighthouse Club, and not only in Kuala Lumpur, but all the Lighthouse Clubs all over the world, think education is very important. And this is where we can do and bring some added value for those people and families who are in need. If it's either in the Philippines, Vietnam, or Thailand, or Malaysia, it's good to give opportunities to someone who normally doesn't have the opportunity. And so the education has always been driving us very strongly. And hopefully we can continue that. And since we now set up a student loan fund, which is basically a one-off, and we couldn't do it without the James Battersby Education Trust, and we couldn't do it without the Asia Pacific Regional Benevolent Trust. We could lump that amount together and deposit this in the student loan fund, which will now run its course. And now we can focus also on other new projects again in the near future. So I think it's a great opportunity for our charitable assistants to set up a loan fund, and especially also the benefits, as Dr. Sui explained. It's an interest-free loan. They have a certain time period to pay back the loan. Now, it can be a top-up loan, it can be a full loan. It all depends on the situation, of course. But the industry requires, we always need young talent to come into the industry. And if we can help with that, we are very happy to do it.
Mr. Bird, I like to compliment your KL Lighthouse effort, because it's definitely a great effort to help in education. In fact, we really wants to show you and hope that KL Lighthouse can be the role model to other industry, that they can come forward to help in education. Because through education, we'll be able to train our talent and to excel in our industry. And that's the reason why TARC-UC work very hard to train more youngsters, next generation. And so far, through our loan scheme, we have about 45 loan scheme, such as this Lighthouse Club KL. You know, we have 45 of it. And so far, we have loaned out to more than 13,000 students and a total of more than 40 million. So I can see that with more fund coming in to such a loan scheme program, so we will be able to help more students, and we're able to ensure that everyone will be able to finish their tertiary education, complete their studies in a very safe manner. Yeah.
As you have heard, the Lighthouse Club Kuala Lumpur is an integral part of this international network of construction industry players. This ready-made network of friends and colleagues who help each other, and very importantly, help those in need around the world. The construction industry builds many iconic landmarks, but the toll that it takes on people building them cannot be ignored. So let us keep up this good work. Let us keep making friends and helping friends. Do join the Lighthouse Club nearest to you. Scan the QR code, and it will take you to a landing page where you can select the location most appropriate to you.
Clearly, this is a great initiative, which is going to benefit TAR University College, its students, and it's going to reposition the Lighthouse Club of Kuala Lumpur in the construction industry in Malaysia. In our industry, we all know the importance of education and how important it is to have a pipeline of well-educated, well-trained construction industry professionals. We need this young talent to join us in order to keep our industry both vibrant and to bring new initiatives to benefit our industry. So as we've already seen, especially in the UK, the Lighthouse Club has positioned itself there as the leading construction industry charity and benevolent fund. Not only do they have exciting events for everybody, but it's wholly inclusive and it's diversified. So joining this club can benefit all, individuals and companies, and you will make friends for life and have an amazing journey whilst helping others along the way.
The Lighthouse Club is an amazing organization and a resource-rich environment. Come and be a part of it. I'll see you at the next networking drinks, wherever it may be in the world, and don't forget that QR code.
Thanks, everybody.
And see you soon.
This is H.T. Ong. I'm the director of BK and Trustee. So may I take this opportunity to congratulate TAR-UC and Lighthouse Club Kuala Lumpur for successfully setting up and launching the student loan fund, initially for a sum of $500,000 ringgit, with the support of James Battersby Lighthouse Club Education Trust and Lighthouse Club Asia Pacific Region Benevolent Fund.
Hi, it's Mike McIver here, past president of Lighthouse Club Kuala Lumpur, and also once president of the Asia Pacific Lighthouse Fund. I'd like to congratulate all those involved in setting up the TAR College Charitable Trust, which is something we've been working towards for many years, and now it's finally been achieved by the principals involved at the present moment, which is Bert de Monk and his committee on the Lighthouse Club KL, with of course the assistance from the Asia Pacific Charitable Funds in Hong Kong and the John Battersby Educational Trust. This is a first for TAR College to have a fund from a charitable organisation for underwriting loans to students, and we think it's a great legacy for the work of Kuala Lumpur Lighthouse Club, and congratulations to all.
Congratulations Lighthouse Club on setting up this foundation for student loans. Bert de Monk, you took it across the line for us after all these years of us thinking about it and planning. You did it, man.
My name is Christian and I've been a member of the Lighthouse Club KL since 2016. As a member, the Lighthouse Club has been a platform in expanding my personal and professional network within the construction industry across Malaysia. Most importantly, I'm part of a charitable organisation providing support across the region.
Hello, I'm Daniel Alcon. I'm currently Treasurer of the Lighthouse Club in KL, and I've been a member of the Lighthouse Club in Dubai and in Doha. The Lighthouse Club is a great place to meet other people in the industry and to network, and I thoroughly recommend becoming a member.
Hi guys, my name is Malcolm Court, for those of you that don't remember me. I was a member of Lighthouse Club Kuala Lumpur from 1995 approximately to 2003 when I left to go up to Taiwan. I'm now retired. I think it's a brilliant idea that you guys are raising money to help students. I imagine it's people in the construction, students going into the construction industry. I had great times on I think was it Thursday night when we used to meet? I don't recall. When certainly the wives of Taylor Woodrow used to refer to it as the Lights Out Club, because most of us came home rather worse for wear. But we had great times, and I would encourage any construction members to join the club. I wish you all the best, and to all my friends, I wish you all well.
Hi, I'm Phyllis. Have been a member of Lighthouse Club since 2016. KL Lighthouse Club is a non-profit charity and a good fellowship club. More than that, it's an ideal place to hang out, to share and exchange ideas.
Hi, my name is Paul Mullins. I'm a bridge engineer at Jacobs, and I've been in KL for almost 11 years now. The Lighthouse Club has been a great way for me to meet people in the construction industry here, both locals and expats alike, and now I count many of those members as lifelong friends. It's also satisfying to know that some of our beer money goes to the extremely worthwhile cause of putting disadvantaged kids through engineering school. So please join, and I hope to meet you at the next get-together.
Hi, I'm Ronan Collins. I'm a proud member of the Lighthouse Club. I met the members of the club for the first time in 2003 in Hong Kong, and I've been involved with the club ever since. I spent many years as a social secretary in Hong Kong, and then after moving back to Malaysia, joined the Club of Malaysia, and had the proud honour of being the president for the past 12 months, and was very happy to see that my friend and colleague Bert took over as president in Malaysia. I'm very proud of the club, and I'm very proud of what the club can achieve. I've made many great friends through the club, and most importantly, I met my wife at a Lighthouse Club Golf Day in Malaysia a few years ago. So if you don't already know more about the club, get to know the club, join the club, get involved, and I look forward to meeting you at an upcoming event.
I'm Samuel Powell, and on behalf of the Lighthouse Club of Manila, I would like to take this
opportunity to congratulate the Lighthouse Club in Kuala Lumpur for their newly launched student loan program. This initiative was developed in conjunction with the James Battersby Lighthouse Club Educational Trust and the Lighthouse Club Asia Pacific Region Benevolent Trust. It's yet another example of the innovation which the Lighthouse Club holds at its very foundation to draw on the skill sets and the resources of our member base to develop new ways to make lasting, life-changing differences in communities around the globe. So to all those involved in the development and the implementation of the new student loan program, congratulations. And we here in Manila admire all of the work that the Lighthouse Club does globally to ensure lasting change through future generations.
Hello, my name is Stephen Heath. I'm the Managing Director here in Malaysia of VSL Engineers, which is a civil engineering and construction specialist company. We've been around for 45 years in Malaysia. However, not that long ago, a mere 26 years ago, I was one of the original founding members of the Lighthouse Club here in KL. So I know how much effort and how much dedication that the current committee has gone into, and I'm so happy that finally, after all this time, we managed to establish a student loan facility. What's more, with a very prestigious university, Tunku Abdul Rahman University College. I joined the Lighthouse Club back in '88 when I was working in Hong Kong. Since Hong Kong, I've been back to Europe, Middle East, Malaysia, Singapore, now back to Malaysia. One of the best things I did at that time was the joining of the Lighthouse Club. It has enabled me to travel from country to country and to step in with ready-made friends from people I've already met in the Lighthouse Club. It's not just a fellowship. It's not just doing good and participating in helping less fortunate people than yourselves. It's about making friends, which will last you forever, for 30 years. So I really encourage you to join up to the Lighthouse Club. I promise you it'll be one of the best things you ever did.